college, when I was going to the general ed classes, we all have to take about 3 special ed classes. You know, as I got to know the SPED population, that's when I knew this special ed, this was for me. Probably because I was in special ed as well when I was young.
When I was going to college, my degree was in psychology, but I knew I wanted to be a counselor. And as a counselor, you see one student a day, 5 students a week. But working in the classroom, you see 30 students every hour. I changed to getting a credential, wanting to teach. And so instead of wanting to teach different subject areas, it was suggested I should teach special ed.
I knew that I wanted to do something sort of philanthropic, but I didn't have a particular career in mind. And so I thought I might like to teach. I ended up accepting the job that was offered to me through Teach for America. They had asked me during my interview if I would be willing to do special ed, and I said I was. But I ended up being assigned to special ed. So that's how I got into special ed. It was a little bit kind of random, but in many ways it was a blessing.
When you have a smaller niche of students, it makes for camaraderie. It makes for, we're all going to kind of be, it's easier to be on the same kind of team, same kind of mindset if we're a smaller group, because that gives me more time to work with each student.
The things that draw me back to it time together, honestly, it's just time with students and seeing the difference that it makes for them. I see kids, not all kids, but a lot of them, they learn to read better than they could before, and they learn to read faster than they had been able to learn to read within the span of 10-ish years that they've been in school prior to coming to me.
So you get the kids, so there are kids that have Tourette's, have autism, are nonverbal, or have a hard time even making sounds. We got a grant, head-to-toe hockey gear. I got to take them for 2 years and taught them how to play hockey. And one parent came one weekend, he's 6'4", 6'5", big guy, and he saw his daughter on the ice falling and getting back up and trying again and falling and getting back up, and he was just like shaking and just hugging me, just like, I can't believe this happened. And you're just like, yes, you were a part of this.
First year I was taught 20 years ago. I had a group of 8 kids, and we were working on not just study skills, we were working on social cues. I had those kids, first year I got them, they were just timid, scared to death. By their senior year, they were just laughing, and I had them for 4 years too. And what's funny is one of those kids called me up about a month ago. Hey, Mr. Skillen, without you, I want to graduate from high school. I was like, yes, you will. He was like, no, I won't. Yes, you will. He went on to college, but he called me because he had been working at a supermarket. He worked his way up from a bagger all the way to a checker, and he was looking at management, but he didn't like the store. So he called me, could you help me with my resume? So literally a couple months ago, I'm helping him with his resume, and he said, I couldn't do as much. I said, yes, can. But that small class, 20 years ago, I'm still working with a smaller group, and when you see them every day or every other day, whatever the case may be, and you work with them for 4 years, it makes that connection, and they do grow.
I do this, I get to put my feet down on the floor every morning and know that I get to go to work, and I love what I do. The 9 to 12 hour days seem worth it, and I can't imagine anything else.
I teach special ed in part because luck would have it that I just fell into the career, but also because once I was in it, I realized I really love working with teens and helping them get through their own hard work, the opportunities to make more money, reach their long-term goals, live fulfilling lives.
I love what I do because I really believe that I make an impact in kids' lives and change, hopefully, their direction of thinking. I'm not going to change their mind. Kids are going to do what kids do. But I truly believe that I can impact and give people an option, give the kids an option. There's something different than what they think they're doing, and there's something better. What you get out of it, what it kicks back to the community, it happens after college. And when you're dealing with it in high school, the bang for your buck doesn't happen. But I can see it in their eyes.